My fiancé joked to her cousin. He's temporary. I'm just keeping him around until someone better shows up. I pretended I didn't hear. That evening, I updated only one line on our marriage license application. 3 days later, when she went to pick it up, the clerk read that line out loud and her entire face collapsed. I'm Ryan, 32, and 5 days ago my fiancé told her family I was just a placeholder until she found someone better. By the time she walked into that clerk's office to finalize our marriage paperwork, she discovered exactly what happens when you treat someone like they're disposable. I'd been with Vanessa for 3 years. We met at a friend's wedding. She caught the bouquet, we danced, exchanged numbers. She was 29, confident, had this energy that made you feel like you were the only person in the room when she talked to you. We moved fast. Exclusive within weeks, moved in together after a year, engaged 6 months ago. The proposal wasn't anything fancy. Just us on a weekend trip upstate, sitting by a lake at sunset. I'd been carrying the ring around for 2 weeks waiting for the right moment. When I asked, she cried and said yes immediately. Posted it everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, sent photos to every group chat she was in. Her family was thrilled. My parents loved her. Everything felt right. But looking back now, there were signs I ignored. Little comments that seemed like jokes, but had edges to them. She'd introduce me to her friends and say things like, "This is Ryan. He's great for now." I'd laugh it off. Figured it was just her sense of humor. She'd always been a little sarcastic. About 4 months ago, the comments got more frequent. We'd be out with her co-workers, and she'd say, "Ryan's not exactly ambitious, but he's sweet." Or we'd be at dinner with her parents, and she'd mention, "I'm still waiting for him to surprise me with something impressive." Always said with a smile, always followed by a laugh. But it started to wear on me. I brought it up once, about 2 months ago. We were home. She was scrolling through her phone, and I said, "Can you stop making jokes about me not being good enough?" She looked up, confused. "What are you talking about?" "The comments. About me not being ambitious, not being impressive. It's getting old." "Ryan, I'm joking. You know that, right? It doesn't feel like a joke when you do it constantly." She sighed. "You're being too sensitive. My friends think you're great. My family loves you. I'm just teasing." "It doesn't feel like teasing." "Well, that's how it's meant. Don't make this into something it's not." I dropped it. Told myself I was overreacting. But the comments didn't stop. 3 weeks ago, we started the marriage license process. You have to fill out an application, submit it, wait a few days, then pick it up in person before the wedding. Vanessa wanted to handle most of the planning, so I let her take the lead. We filled out the application together one evening. Basic info, names, addresses, parents' names. Pretty straightforward. "I'll submit it tomorrow," she said. "We can pick it up together next week." "Sounds good." She seemed excited. Kept talking about the wedding, about the venue, about the dress she'd chosen. I tried to match her energy, but something felt off. I couldn't shake the feeling that she was more excited about the wedding than about actually being married to me. Last Saturday, her cousin Melissa came over. Vanessa and Melissa had always been close, talked constantly, shared everything. I liked Melissa well enough. She was loud, opinionated, but seemed genuine. They were in the living room while I was in the kitchen making lunch. The apartment isn't huge, so I could hear them talking. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I wasn't exactly tuning them out either. Melissa asked, "So, are you excited?" 3 months until the big day. "Yeah, I guess. Still feels surreal." "You guess? Girl, you're about to get married. You should be more excited than that." Vanessa laughed. "I mean, I'm excited about the wedding. The marriage part, we'll see." "What does that mean?" "It means Ryan's great and all, but he's temporary. I'm just keeping him around until someone better shows up." Silence. Then Melissa, sounding uncomfortable. "Vanessa, that's kind of messed up." "Relax. I'm kidding. Mostly. Look, Ryan's sweet. He's stable. But he's not exactly what I imagined ending up with, you know? I figured by now I'd be with someone more successful, more driven. Someone who could really provide. Ryan's just fine. So why are you marrying him?" "Because I'm 29 and I want to get married. My friends are all married. I don't want to start over. And Ryan's easy. He doesn't push back, doesn't demand anything. If something better comes along, I'll deal with it then." I stood in the kitchen holding a knife over a cutting board, completely frozen. I felt like someone had dumped ice water over my head. Melissa said, "That's really unfair to him. He doesn't know, and he won't. He's too comfortable to question anything." They moved on to talking about wedding decorations. I finished making lunch in silence, brought it out to them, acted normal. Vanessa smiled at me. Thanks, babe. No problem. I sat there eating, pretending I hadn't just heard my fiancée tell her cousin I was a temporary placeholder. That evening, after Melissa left, Vanessa was in the bedroom getting ready for bed. I was sitting on the couch, staring at nothing, trying to process what I'd heard. She came out in pajamas. You okay? You've been quiet. Yeah, just tired. Okay, I'm going to bed. You coming? In a bit. She kissed the top of my head and went to bed. I sat there for another hour. Then I pulled out my laptop. I logged into the marriage license application portal. We'd both created accounts, but she'd been the one managing everything. I opened the application we'd submitted. It was still pending approval, wouldn't be processed for another 2 days. I stared at the screen, thought about what she'd said. He's temporary. Someone better. Then I scrolled down to the section labeled Applicant Information, and I changed one line. Under my name, where it asked for current marital intentions, there was a drop-down menu. The default was Intent to Marry, but there were other options for legal purposes. I changed mine to Withdrawal of Intent. Then I saved it, logged out, closed the laptop. I didn't sleep much that night. Just lay there next to Vanessa, wondering if I'd just made the biggest mistake of my life or the smartest decision I'd ever made. Update 1. The next few days were surreal. Vanessa acted completely normal. Talked about the wedding, about honeymoon plans, about the marriage license pickup. We were supposed to go together on Wednesday to get it from the clerk's office. Tuesday night, she said, I can actually just pick it up myself tomorrow if you're busy. I know you have that thing in the morning. I did have a meeting in the morning, but I've been planning to reschedule it. You sure? I asked. Yeah, it's no big deal. I'll just grab it on my lunch break. One of us needs to be there anyway. Okay, if you're sure. Totally sure. Part of me wanted to tell her I'd come anyway. But another part of me, the part that had been replaying her conversation with Melissa over and over, wanted to see what would happen when she went alone. Wednesday morning, I went to my meeting. Kept my phone on silent. Couldn't focus on anything being discussed. Just kept checking the time. Vanessa was supposed to pick up the license around 1 p.m. At 1:47 p.m., my phone started buzzing. Vanessa. I let it ring. It stopped, then started again immediately. I stepped out of the meeting. Hello. What the fuck did you do? Her voice was shaking. Not sad. Angry. What are you talking about? The marriage license. I just tried to pick it up, and the clerk told me the application was flagged. She read it out loud in front of everyone. It says you withdrew your intent to marry. What the fuck, Ryan? I didn't say anything. Are you there? Answer me. I heard you, I said calmly. Last Saturday. Talking to Melissa. Silence. You heard. I heard you tell her I'm temporary. That you're keeping me around until someone better shows up. That I'm just fine, and you're settling because you don't want to start over. More silence. Ryan, I was joking. No, you weren't. Melissa even called you out on it, and you doubled down. You said I'm too comfortable to question anything. So I'm questioning it now. I didn't mean it like that. How did you mean it? I was just venting. I didn't. You told your cousin you're planning to upgrade from me when someone better comes along. And you thought I'd never find out. Ryan, please. Can we talk about this at home? There's nothing to talk about. Don't do this. I'm not doing anything. You did this. You've been treating me like a backup plan for months. I'm done being that. So you sabotaged our marriage license? That's insane. I didn't sabotage anything. I just made sure you couldn't legally marry someone you don't actually want to be with. I do want to be with you. No, you don't. You want a wedding. You want to check a box. You don't want me. She was crying now. That's not true. I love you. You don't. And I'm not going to marry someone who thinks I'm just a placeholder. Ryan. I hung up, turned off my phone, sat in my car in the parking lot trying to stop my hands from shaking. Update 2. I didn't go home that night. Checked into a hotel. Turned my phone back on around 8 p.m. 43 missed calls. Dozens of texts. All from Vanessa. Please come home. We need to talk. I didn't mean what I said. You're overreacting. I'm sorry. Please just talk to me. I didn't respond. Just sat in the hotel room staring at the wall. Around 10 p.m., my phone rang. Not Vanessa. Melissa. I answered. Hello. Ryan. It's Melissa. Please don't hang up. What do you want? Vanessa called me. She's a mess. She told me what happened. Good. She should be a mess. Look, I know what she said was awful. I told her that when she said it. But she didn't think you'd hear. She didn't mean for you to get hurt. That doesn't make it better. She said it. She meant it. She's scared, Ryan. She's scared of ending up alone. She says stupid things when she's scared. That's not my problem anymore. She loves you. She doesn't. She said it herself. I'm temporary. I'm fine. I'm not what she imagined. Those were her words, Melissa, not mine. Long pause. Then, quietly, I know. And I told her she was wrong to say that. But she's my cousin. I have to try. I get it. But I'm done. What are you going to do? I don't know yet. But I'm not marrying her. Are you going to talk to her at least? Eventually. Not tonight. Okay. For what it's worth, I think she knows she messed up. Good. I hung up. Lay in bed staring at the ceiling. Fell asleep around 2 a.m. The next morning, I went back to the apartment. Vanessa was in the living room, still in the same clothes from yesterday. Her eyes were red and puffy. She stood up when she saw me. Ryan, I'm here to get some things. I'm staying somewhere else for a while. Please don't do this. We can fix this. How? I'll do anything. Therapy, counseling, whatever you want. You can't fix this. You told your cousin you're using me as a placeholder, that you're waiting for someone better. How do you fix that? I was wrong. I was stupid. I don't actually feel that way. Then why did you say it? I don't know. I was insecure. I was scared. You were honest. That's what you were. You said what you actually think, and you didn't care because you thought I'd never hear it. She started crying again. I do love you. I do want to marry you. You want to marry someone. It doesn't have to be me. You made that clear. That's not true. Vanessa, stop. Just stop. I walked past her into the bedroom. Started packing a bag. She followed me. Where are you going? I don't know yet. But I'm not staying here. For how long? I don't know. Are we breaking up? I stopped packing. Turned to look at her. Do you actually want to be with me? Not because you're 29 and your friends are married. Not because it's convenient. Do you actually want to be with me? She opened her mouth. Closed it. Couldn't answer. That's what I thought. I finished packing. Walked out. She didn't try to stop me. Update 3. It's been a week. I've been staying with my brother. Haven't talked to Vanessa except through text. She's been sending messages every day. Apologies, explanations, please to come home. I've been responding with 1 or 2 words. Not ready. Need space. That's it. Her family's been reaching out too. Her mom called yesterday. Ryan, honey, Vanessa told me what happened. She's devastated. She made a mistake. Can't you forgive her? She didn't make a mistake. She told the truth. She thinks I'm not good enough and she's settling. She didn't mean it that way. Yes, she did. And I'm not going to marry someone who thinks I'm temporary. Her mom tried to argue, but I ended the call. I don't have the energy to explain it over and over. My friends have been supportive. Most of them anyway. A couple said I'm overreacting, that everyone says dumb things they don't mean. But the majority agreed that what she said was unforgivable. Yesterday, Vanessa texted, I canceled the venue. And the catering. The wedding's off. I know you're not coming back. I just wanted you to know. I didn't respond right away. Sat there staring at the message. Part of me felt relief. Part of me felt sad. Not for losing her. For losing the idea of what we could have been if she'd actually valued me. I finally texted back. Okay. That was it. Final update. It's been 3 weeks since the marriage license incident. Vanessa and I are done. Officially. We met last week to figure out the apartment situation. She's keeping it. I'm moving out fully this weekend. The conversation was civil. Awkward, but civil. She apologized again. Said she'd been doing a lot of thinking, that she realized she'd been treating me like an option instead of a priority. Said she understood why I couldn't forgive her. I didn't argue with her. Just nodded. Said I appreciated the apology, but it didn't change anything. She asked if there was any chance we could try again down the road. I said no. She cried a little. I didn't. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just done. Done trying to be enough for someone who already decided I wasn't. Done waiting for her to realize my value. Done being a placeholder. I heard through mutual friends that she's been telling people we broke up because of communication issues. Fine by me. Let her spin it however she wants. I know the truth. She knows the truth. That's enough. I'm Ryan. 32, single. Living with my brother until I find a new place. And I'm not anyone's backup plan anymore. Edit. Some people have asked if I feel bad about changing the marriage license application. Honestly, no. She was about to legally bind herself to someone she didn't actually want. I saved us both from that. If she'd actually valued me, she wouldn't have said what she said. The license was just the catalyst. The relationship was already over the moment she called me temporary. Edit 2. For anyone wondering, yes, I could have just confronted her directly instead of changing the application. But I wanted her to face the consequence of her words in a way she couldn't talk her way out of. She needed to see that actions have reactions. Words have weight. And I'm not the comfortable, passive guy she thought would never push back.